Hello, this is Paula Elizondo. This is my Project 1 video reflection based on our literacy narrative. I just want to start this off by saying or showing my first draft with all the comments and edits that Sky gave, which were incredibly helpful, and then how that progressed into my second draft, which was a little bit longer than my first one, and I cut out a few things, which progressed into my third, which is a little bit more longer and more refined, and through this process of writing and rereading and cutting out and editing and peer review, I am a lot more confident based on what my final draft looks like compared to my first. I cut out quite a bit, and I think that I've improved a lot. If there's one thing that I want my readers to take away from my paper, it's hopefully to relate. It's not the most professional story. It is a little bit embarrassing, but I think it's fun, and I do want it to kind of resonate with my audience, and the feedback, going back to the first draft, helped immensely. Sky would, tell me to show this rather than tell this, and that actually completely shifted the tone of my paper. I completely, started again with my second draft, and if you were to compare the two, there's a lot that is not in the first one that would show up in the second one. So, comparing the two, I basically rewrote my second draft and then refined that second draft for the final draft, all because of Sky's peer review and suggestions that I took to heart and would use. So yeah, the feedback that she gave me was so helpful. She told me that my narrative was kind of choppy and blunt and like a thesis rather than what she wanted, which was kind of like a story-like feel. And as she was explaining it to me, I started realizing, yeah, my first draft was incredibly to the point, which is not necessarily something that's what I want, and something that I'm not sure would have been so personal because it is my story. I don't want it to be so straightforward. So I kind of rewrote it, and I am a lot more proud of it. So if there is anything that I could have improved on, or something that I regret not putting in terms of, final draft, I think that I surely used the word I too much in my final draft, and I can't really, there's only so much that I can cut out for it to still be authentic. So, that is one of my things that I need to improve for later on. I also wanted to incorporate literary sponsors, which I didn't, just because I couldn't figure out how to make it work, how to make it feel genuine. I also cut out this one part in the first draft about Taylor Swift, how her music was something that, expanded my literacy. And while I still feel very passionate about this topic, it just didn't fit. So I cut this completely out of the second draft, and it stayed like that for the third draft. And I think it was for the better. I still wish I could have figured it out, but we can't do everything. So something else that I really like is how when we read Superman and Me by Sherman Alexie, I really liked the third person perspective and how it felt kind of funny, kind of sweet. I tried to incorporate that a little bit, and I have to thank Sherman Alexie for that. He definitely influenced that. But yes, overall, this writing process, it was my first time, which is embarrassing to say, that I had 3 drafts, and can confidently say that I have improved on every single one, and I hope that goes to show with this assignment. But yes, thank you.